So what's the next step? The next step is that you need to go out and you need to purchase the exact match domains, and you need to do the register of those domains as I show in the course, which means you're going to need to find the virtual addresses. So there's a lot of repetition there. And if you've got any kind of hosting or domain type company, you can get admin or assistant admin logins. I just give them my straight up logins. Probably foolish, but that's what I do. But you can get assistant logins where they go in and purchase domains for you, then register them, and then what's after they register them? They got to get a phone number, they got to get an address, they got to get an email account. Then they need to be trained on how to duplicate the site, right? And I show free ways to do that, and also ways using WP Twin. Okay, so there's a lot of repetition there, a lot. And you can train somebody to do all those tasks. And then the next thing is, okay, we're going to copy, then you can train them, I'm going to copy the sites that we have right now, less the geotagging. Okay, so less the zip codes and the phone numbers. So how do we remove all that stuff? How do we copy that and then remove that from the site? So this is our core site. And then and then you're going to train them on how to switch out the phone numbers, how to put the area codes, how to put the service area cities in there, and then I train them how to go to. You can train them to go to iWriter and what topics to choose for your 5 or 6 posts. Okay, so I think everybody's getting the idea here. All of that is pure repetition. Once you've got that core 2 or 3 down, at that point expanding out is 100% repetitious. And then at that point, once you've got somebody trained, you can just start out with one person, and understand you could get a good person that's good work ethics, is going to show up on time, is going to do the work properly, as long as you provide the good training and direction, for somewhere around $500 to $800 per month, or somewhere between $125 and $200 per week. And within 4 weeks, they can have 25, 50 sites up and running for you, because that's all they're doing, and that's in one niche. And while they're getting that ready, now you're researching and on your second niche that you're going to get into. So you see how this kind of can grow extremely fast, quickly on here. So it's a great question. Move on to the next one here. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water. Alrighty. I'm thinking about what I wrote to you. Okay, a couple points I might answer. Okay. I realized after doing the research to find out how to build an AdWords landing page that will A, convert, B, Google will reward, that is a great AdWords landing page, is perfectly set up landing page to start with SEO. Okay, perhaps. So basically, what they're saying here in the first paragraph is that if when you're going to buy AdWords like pay-per-click, Google has standards, so they want to make sure that there's good content and deliverability to the end user. It's not like a spammy page. It's not like a something like you buy this right away, although a lot of them are like that. They want other resources there, and so there is some truth to that. Certainly, that if you had a page that was accepted by Google's pay-per-click or their AdWords campaign, that would also be good for SEO. Within reason, there is, because they're both trying to accomplish the same thing, although slightly different guidelines. They just want a good end user experience. So I think if you just kind of override all that with, we want a good end user experience, you would be good. But anyways, let's move on here. The number 1 sites are sold as landing pages that Google AdWords likes. Improve the customer experience and relevancy, will potentially increase exposure while lowering their costs. Yes, this is true. It's good points. Just a monthly fee haven't quite got to how to have them do a pay-per-call on top of the pay-per-click they're already paying for. Yeah, it's totally two different things that you're trying to blend together there. And then if you've got a client that's willing to do a pay-per-click, okay, you've got a client who's already doing pay-per-click. They're not a willing, they're more than one. They're actually doing it, and you offer them a pay-per-call, even at a premium of what they're paying for pay-per-click, they will immediately realize the value of what you're offering. And they will more than likely move forward with it. I mean, if somebody's doing pay-per-click AdWords and they're paying $10 per click, and they see how much they're paying every day, every week, every month for it, and they're able to analyze what the conversion rate is on that, and they're able to see quickly using the tools that Google already provides how long people have stayed on their page, and and then they're able to deduce how many actually call and turn into customers. They'll quickly realize what incredible value you have. Even you naturally would be charging a premium over the pay-per-click. So I wouldn't necessarily want to mix those two together. I was thinking 3 price thresholds based on the number of keywords that the site is optimized for. Google actually would like businesses to have different landing pages for each keyword because of its relevancy. Yes, that's exactly right. And same with SEO too. I was thinking 6, 8, and 15 keywords. And the number 2 sites are your PPC model. Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, this is not the model I do. And this is not the time that I spend with clients on here, but I would say if you've got a client that is used to paying pay-per-click, it's a very easy bridge to go from pay-per-click to pay-per-call, and they get it. Do you need to replace their pay-per-click? No. Do you need to replace the rest of their marketing? No. You're just a piece of the overall puzzle. That's really the way that I view it. So they continue with their pay-per-click campaign, and you add on top of that a pay-per-call campaign on top of that. That's the way I would do it. Should we get our pay-per-call sites listed in citation directories under the virtual addresses like Yellow Pages, Super Pages, etc., or will this cause us to be penalized if it is picked up by Google Places, even if we don't claim the Places page? Also, will we have issues if it is discovered that there is... Okay, so we, as a practice, we do not use any citations for ranking. That is a myth for local. I just showed you a site we're ranking number 1 for. In fact, it's an authority site. Google's got other pages listed underneath it on the actual listing for the Mold Mechanics Austin. And so, no, get that out. That's a myth that was taking place probably in the beginning when people first started doing offline marketing. Is that part of the SEO was, okay, you need to get 25 or 50 citations, and those backlinks will help you rise in the search engines. And I just say no, that's just not the truth. That's just not the truth. And I've got thousands of sites that prove that we're on page 1 without any citations, and in fact with no backlinks. Okay, there's a lot of sites that we have no backlinks, and if we have any backlinks, it's just the most basic, like a bookmarking. So it's really about maximum results, minimal effort, and speed to marketplace. It all ties into one. So I would not include citations as a regular part of your backlinking or a regular part of your process. Instead, do the good on-page SEO, get the good original content on your site, and do the silo structures. If you need backlinks, then the first one I recommend is bookmarking, and don't just bookmark your homepage, but bookmark your posts too. And then pretty much, if you're following what I'm saying, going after medium to basic competition, you got the exact match domains, you got the good on-page SEO, you're just gonna float right up to page 1, and in fact probably in the #1 position, if not at least above the fold. And what happens is that when you start entering a lot of citations, see, citations are really, people think they're innocent, but what happens is the minute you enter in your data in there, your name, your email address, that's going directly to a marketing firm that's not going to contact you. And they go, oh, a new business just signed up with us. Great. They must need our services, like SEO services, Google Play services, Facebook fan pages services, blah, 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 blah. And it goes on and on and on. So unless you want to get a bunch of telemarketers, that's really what citations are. They're a bunch of damn telemarketers going to call your ass every goddamn day, morning, noon, and night. And if you fill out 20 or 50 of them, you're going to get 20 or 50 of them calling you. It's an absolute nightmare. So don't fill them out. Leave them alone. Build your site the way that I teach. Once you get your site up there, if you want to get a video up there, get a video up there. If you've got the press release boot camp, get that up there. Throw a few backlinks at that so it sticks. Now you've got a couple of properties up there. You've got your site, you've got your press release, you've got a video maybe, and then if you want to take a citation and start one citation and then backlink it to bring it up to page 1, then you can do that. But guaranteed, no matter what citation you select, when you enter in that information, that's going to give full rights for them to call you and solicit that number. Okay? Whoa, big question here. Okay. I was hoping you may be able to share a more specific tip. When I am in a medium competition niche where I feel the need to add a few blog rolls, okay, to get that pushed above the fold, okay, good, or hopefully to #1, okay, got it. I'm getting a little stuck for a few reasons. First off, I believe the low risk and best links are from my own blog network. I mean, probably the most quality ones would be from your own blog network. I would agree with that. About the risk part, I don't know about that part of the statement, which is probably 8 weeks out as far as development goes. Okay, so we've got a person here who's basically asking about quality of backlinks. They're kind of worried about using, blog rolls and some of the other things that I recommend. They'd really like to use their blog network source, which is about 8 weeks out. And really, this question is a week old, so it's like 7 weeks out. So I've tried basically over the last 6 months to use Fiverr and even eBay and Digital Point. The links are so much more riskier because they are blatantly selling the links. There's some truth to that. Blog roll links are lower quality and stick out like a sore thumb. And even worse, half the time they have very little power. That's not necessarily true. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of cut right to this on here. Okay, by the way, the site I'm using for this are valuable and or client sites. So that's where my caution comes in. Okay, so I get that. If they're client sites, I get that. And may not be a big issue if it were for a couple of my own pay-per-call sites. Okay, so this is really not for your pay-per-call sites, which is what the angle I was going to come in, which is like, look, this is not the way we go